Kawasaki Versys 1000S, 2021 on review. Smooth inline 4 engine. For 2021, Kawasaki took the bold step to drop the base Versys model from their range, replacing it with this Kawasaki Versys 1000S. But then for the 2022 model year, the base model was confusingly reintroduced to the lineup. Read more about the base model here. The outgoing Versys 1000 came with angle-responsive ABS and traction control and cruise control for a very reasonable £11,300, meaning a £1,699 price hike for the S model. The Versys 1000S isn't as sexy or thrilling to ride as some of its rivals, the shock isn't great and the dash underwhelming, but if you are talking a value for money mile-muncher, the Versys S still hits the mark, and that's exactly what its buyers are looking for. Ride quality and brakes. For demolishing miles, the Versys S is excellent, and with the screen, which is the accessory larger item and is 90mm higher and 140mm wider than the stock one on the 2020 Versys, on its highest setting, riders over 6 feet tall will feel little buffeting. The seat is sumptuous, the handguards help the heated grips do their stuff, annoyingly their power level isn't shown on the dash, and there are few vibrations. However, while not having the SE's semi-active suspension will save you £1,900, the S's conventional items may leave you a little annoyed. Engine. The S's motor is identical to the SE, and that means you get 4 integrated rider modes: road, rain, sport, and one user-defined one, as standard alongside an up/down quickshifter. A lovely smooth engine. It could be argued that the 1043 cubic centimeters inline 4 isn't the most thrilling to use, but for touring it ticks every box and delivers economy figures in the high 40s mpg range. In fact, it is such a smooth motor you never really feel the need to mute the Versys power, so while the new 4 rider modes are all very well and good to have, in reality you only need road. Reliability and build quality. You shouldn't worry too much about Kawasaki Versys 1000 problems. It has been around for 9 years now and is a solid machine with a proved track record of reliability. The inline 4 motor has a service indicator on the dash. This arrived in 2019, to help remind you when it is time to get it looked at, which is helpful if you forget it is every 7,500 miles. Owners report the finish is generally fairly high, although we don't have any reviews of this new bike. Value versus rivals. When you consider the base model BMW S1000 XR is £14,290, KTM Super Duke GT £17,249 and Ducati Multistrada V4 £15,495, the new higher spec Versys S still represents good value for money at £12,999 in stock trim or £14,699 in fully loaded GT as tested here. In its newest guise, the Versys isn't now left lacking in terms of spec, aside from its disappointing dash, and if you do want a bit of extra bling, spend £1,900 more to gain the SE with its Skyhook semi-active suspension. Equipment. The S is effectively an SE with its Showa semi-active suspension replaced by conventionally damped units. That said, compared to the outgoing Versys, you now get heated grips, cornering lights, an up/down quickshifter, for integrated rider modes that link to the traction control system, and #40. It only had 2 non-linked power modes before and #41, and a TFT dash with smartphone connectivity built in to go with the cruise control and angle-sensitive ABS and traction control that the old bike had.